What's up, guys? Welcome back to another exciting episode of Psycho Gamer. I am your host, Aubrey, and today we're going to go ahead and take a look at the last of the games that Arcade1up has actually announced for their fall lineup. So I've already gone over Marvel Pinball, Miss Pac-Man, Marvel vs. Capcom, the arcade machine, and also X-Men vs. Street Fighter. There was one game that a couple people did ask me, well, why haven't you talked about this yet? Well, I wasn't sure if too many of you really wanted to take a look at this game. So I thought, why not? Let's go ahead and make a video of it. So today, we are going to be talking about Big Buck Hunter Pro. Big Buck Hunter Pro is the first game by Arcade1up that is actually going to have a gun. 2 players, shotguns, green and red. So it's going to be the first time we're going to see that in one of their actual machines. So what we're going to do today, we're going to take a look at the trailer that they've actually released, and then we're going to take a little more of an in-depth look at the actual game itself. So stay tuned, smash that like, smash that subscribe, and stay tuned because this is going to be a really cool little video.
Shoot the buck. Don't shoot the does.
Alright, like I said, it was a cool little trailer showing off what the game's going to actually look like. And a little bit of the gameplay that they're talking about. Shoot the bucks, not the does. So, pretty cool little concept when it comes to that. Now, the Big Buck Hunter arcade series came out in 2000, and they came out with multiple variations of the game, such as Big Buck Hunter Pro, you got Big Buck Safari, Big Buck Hunter Pro Open Season, and you got the Big Buck Safari Outback. So, some of those actual machines didn't actually come out as machines. There was a few of them that actually did come out on the PlayStation consoles. They actually came out with one with an actual gun-shaped controller, I guess you could say. But many people have been fans of the Big Buck series for many years. So right now we're going to go ahead and shoot on back to my computer so we can go ahead and take a look at this. So stay tuned. All right. Here we are back at my computer. Told you we're going to go ahead and give you a little more of an in-depth look at Big Buck Hunter Pro. So, one of the things I'm going to actually pull up first when I switch over into my actual computer instead of just my sexy self is going to be the computer. Oh, look how that worked. Oh, that's so amazing. Don't worry about that. So what you're looking at right now is one of the arcade machines that was released for Big Buck Hunter Reloaded. Notice how it looks. This looks like it might have been something not in a specific arcade, but maybe a Dave & Buster's, because it looks like it has one of those little card readers. It does have it where you can do coins as well, but I think that's mostly like a Dave & Buster's kind of thing, more than anything else. But if you notice, it's got the 2 guns. It does have a drink holder on the side. That's kind of a nifty little add-on. Maybe somebody will be able to do that with their Big Buck Hunter. We'll see what happens. So that's how the actual arcade machine looks. Now this is how Big Buck Hunter Pro looks for Arcade1up. So if you notice, it's going to have your 1-foot riser, so it's going to bring it up to about that 5-foot kind of range, as opposed to your little 4-foot section for the short people in our lives. So it's going to make it a little more playable for some of us that are taller. Myself, I'm 5'10". I don't think I could play it if it didn't have a riser on it. So you're going to have your traditional green and your red because you don't want to have anybody bust into your house and shoot you down because you have a shotgun in your hand. You notice the actual side art, your typical Big Buck Hunter kind of art. It shows all of the different games that they're going to be putting on this particular release. Because if they only released one game for it, and what fun would that be? So next picture is going to give you a little more in-depth look up at what you're looking at here. So you are going to have your on and off switches, which is synonymous with Arcade1up. So that's not really a big shock. You also have your volume control right here. Now right in the middle, you have a big speaker. So that's going to be so you can actually get a more in-depth sound quality over some of the other ones. Now some of the other arcade machines, they only have little small speakers in there. So they kind of give you that tinny kind of sound that you're going to get in your typical arcade machines. You got your green player 1, you got your red player 2 buttons there, as well as the actual art on the front of the actual machine as well. So we're going to actually take a look at the front here. Now, as you can see, they have their pump to reload after every shot. So you're going to be boom, shooting at the bucks. You don't want to shoot the does, kind of like what you're seeing on the screen there with the actual picture of a buck and the picture of a doe. Which one are you going to shoot? Well, definitely not the doe. The doe is a no-go. So you want to go ahead and shoot those bucks, rack up those points, and have some fun with your friends. You know, 2 players, a lot of these arcade machines are meant to be 2-player games. So if you get to play with a friend, show them what you got so you can practice when they're not there. The next one is going to be looking at the right side of your actual arcade machine. It's going to still basically look like the other side by Play Mechanics, Raw Thrills, which now that I look at it, I don't think that's a Dave & Buster's logo. I think that's the Raw Thrills logo there. Last picture is going to be what it could look like in your home. So this one, much like the Miss Pac-Man, Marvel vs. Capcom, X-Men vs. Street Fighter, and also the Marvel arcade machine, they're all slated to come out this fall. When? We don't exactly know. They haven't given us a solid release date on it. So keep your eyes open for release dates, and if you're one that really likes them, take a look at it. Go ahead and pre-order it if you can find it anywhere for pre-order. Generally, the 3 big companies you're looking at are GameStop, Walmart, and also Best Buy. So that's where the NBA Jam machine came out, but they had different variations of it. Will this have different variations? Well, they haven't really said anything. I would like to see the marquee light up. That could be a possibility. If not, well, get a little flashlight, just kind of and flash it right at the actual marquee itself. Now, okay, that's stupid. Don't do that. Maybe somebody will come up with a light up marquee for it if it doesn't actually light up. So stay tuned. I got one last message for you guys. All right, guys, that is going to do it for today's video. I hope you enjoyed the video on Big Buck Hunter Pro. Hopefully next time I'll have some more great videos for Arcade1up. Maybe we'll start taking a look at in-depth looks at some of the games they've already released that maybe you guys haven't looked at or really checked out yet. So give me a like and give me a subscribe, and let me know down below on what you think of the video. Some of the games that you might actually be looking forward to coming out from Arcade1up. I know I've got a few games that I would love to actually have them come out. Like I mentioned in one of my past videos, Marvel vs. Capcom 2 would be an amazing machine to actually come out. So if you haven't checked that video out, check it out. And I appreciate everybody coming and watching the video and sharing it with all your friends. So until next time, guys, game on.